My name is Waris. I'm part of the Munir campaign. I've never met Munir myself. I'm not from Manchester or the Manchester area, so I never came across him in the dawah work and community work that he used to do for over a decade alongside Manchester. But I heard about the campaign when it was still Save the Family Home, when the police were trying to take away his family's home and make his family homeless. His daughter, his granddaughter, his son, and put them on the streets. Now, he's innocent, we all know. He didn't actually commit any crime, and the police admitted that themselves when they said that there was no blueprints, there was no plan, there was no solid evidence to show that he was planning on doing anything terrorist related. It's more of what he said and how they framed that in the context of what he was saying. So they manipulated it, distorted it, and put it in such a manner that they portrayed him to be some sort of extremist. From a 2-year period of conversations, of befriending this person, of coming into his life and taking advantage of his kindness and generosity and his compassion towards helping those less fortunate. That is what they did, and they took full advantage of that. And it's funny because Uncle Munir himself has said to his family members, and this is what he said to me, that he doesn't actually hate the officers who, framed him. He doesn't despise them. He doesn't have hatred in his heart. He actually forgives them. SubhanAllah, this is the type of man that he is, who's put them behind these prison walls, who's dying slowly in this prison because of the mistreatment, the missed injections, the missed appointments, the purposeful neglect of his health, and yet this man continues to be compassionate and forgiving. When I came across the campaign and I met the family, the first time I met them was right here. Last year, I think it was the protest here for Munir Faruqi. And, talking to his daughter, talking to his son, I realized these people, they're just like me and you. They were living about their normal daily lives. They've got families, they've got jobs, they've got bills, they've got all those commitments, just like me and you. They weren't campaigners, they weren't activists, they weren't involved in human rights related issues or issues related to war and terror. It was forced upon them. And then they became the people that you see today, people of justice, people who speak out, not just for their father, but for the other people who are suffering in this prison and across the country, who are being affected by the terrorism laws and terrorism legislation. They managed to save the family home. They managed to stop the police from making them homeless for the time being. Now the campaign is focused on freeing Munir Faruqi. It's a long-term campaign. There's going to be at least a few more years of struggle before, inshallah, he is freed, before he finds justice. The family are using all the ways and means available to them, legal, political, using the media, awareness, events, lobbying, etc. And there is a strategy that we are developing that we plan to include all of our supporters in utilizing every single person's talents in benefiting Munir Faruqi. I've been involved with the Sheikh Ahmed campaign, the last British person in Guantanamo Bay for the past 3.5 years. I run the social media along with a sister. I've run it for the past 2.5 years. And when we started in that campaign, and he was in Guantanamo Bay, remember, he wasn't in England. He was being tortured halfway around the world. Nobody wanted to know who he was. Nobody cared about some brown bearded man in Guantanamo Bay that nobody had ever heard of. But subhanAllah, the volunteers who went door to door, who went to the mosque, who went to the events, who campaigned, who raised awareness day after day, week after month, month after month, they continued. And we got 117,000 signatures within 1 year to get the debate that we needed, the first debate that we went to. Off the back of that, the campaign grew. There were more events, there was more awareness, there was more media attention, there were more people getting involved in the struggle. Celebrities started coming on board, people like Frankie Boyle, who became aware of his plight and decided to campaign for him. And now, 2 years later, thanks to very, very, very dedicated people, particular people who are part of the Save Sheikh Ahmed campaign in London for years after year, have been campaigning for him, who've been doing those vigils week after week in Parliament Square for years. These people. And it's mostly non-Muslims that have been doing for Sheikh Ahmed, not Muslims. Even now. And sometimes these people are 60 years old, 70 years old, and they've been doing it for years. Coming out in the cold, when it's raining, when it's snowing, it didn't matter, this came out. Now, subhanAllah, we have celebrity support, we have high-profile figures supporting him, we have cross-party political support. But that's now. It took years of effort and campaigning before it got to this point. It took the struggle of many people to speak out when it wasn't popular to do so, to get to this point. I mean, those people, you don't know their names because they don't want to be in the limelight. SubhanAllah, I've worked with some of these people, and the commitment of these people, the time that they put in, the sacrifices that they have made, and these people have families as well. They have jobs full time, they have other commitments, and yet they put hundreds and thousands of hours to bring this one man. Like with Sheikh Amir, who was tortured in Afghanistan, it's about him, but it's about the broader issues relating to the war on terror. It's about extraordinary rendition of kidnapping people and taking them from one country to another. It's about torture. It's about our security services complicity in that. For Munir Faruqi, it's about the same, it's similar. It's about informants. It's about undercover officers. It's about the security services entrapping and framing innocent people. And this is affecting more and more people. And it's not just Muslims. They use the terrorism laws against environmental campaigners. These are non-violent people who do peaceful protests about the environment. So we need to understand that the laws how they are now especially is affecting every single one of us. Our beliefs are being criminalized, our ability to speak out is being criminalized, and just being Muslim is getting harder and harder in this time. So if we don't stand in solidarity with one another, if we don't understand it's part of the broader struggle, it's not about one man, although that's why we're here today, it's about the broader struggle of our people, of Muslim and non-Muslim alike in this country, and it's about justice, about humanity, about basic decency of treating people with respect, giving them fair treatment. So yeah, that's all I have to say.